Of all the games to come out, HighGuard is a video game. But how good is this video game? To what caliber does this game? And I think I have the answer. If not, I at least have my opinion, which might be better than the answer. But you're to be the judge of that. We're going to talk about the mechanics. We're going to talk about the community. We're going to talk about player reception and what that really means in 2026. We're going to talk about launch day. We're going to talk about today as if 3 days after launch and see what the game is like even now. But overall, I like it. I think it's pretty good. A lot of people that are talking negatively about this game are people that don't play competitive shooters, right? If we're going to go from a hero shooter to another hero shooter, you're more than likely going to enjoy this game. But if you come from Baldur's Gate 3 to this game, it is not your type of game. This isn't a game to compare to, Expedition 33, Elden Ring, God of War. Those games are not high intensity multiplayer competitive games. So it's really hard to kind of come in that ballpark from soccer. This game didn't have a marketing budget. This game never claimed to be the greatest game ever. If anything, it's Jeff Keighley's fault for making it seem like it's going to be the greatest game ever, leading it to have such great scrutiny that it's in now. But personally, I've been enjoying it a lot. Now, let's talk about the mechanics of the game, because I think that movement is a big concern, considering that there's some developers that come from Apex Legends to HighGuard. Everyone's going to think it's going to have that insane parkour wall jump and slide, jump slide mechanics. It doesn't really have that. It does have some fast-paced movement, but honestly, I like the design of the mounts, because if you're trying to be super light speed and you're on your mount, somebody can shoot you and you get stunned and then they can snipe you after that. And so it does feel as if the game is designed for a type of tempo, and as the game moves on, you'll get different levels of mounts, or like saddles for your mounts, which basically make your mounts go incredibly fast. When you have the legendary mount, you're moving, you're schmoving with that thing. To compare its mobility to another game would be really hard, considering that it has that mount system, that mount mechanic. I've heard a lot of people talk about the maps. Let's talk about the maps for a moment. I don't think the maps are bad. I think that they are decently sized. A lot of people feel like the maps are very empty. Well, there is places in the map that are designed to be empty. There's parts in the map that are designed to have rocks and buildings and structures for you to hide behind, and ultimately it is a team game. If you get into a conflict and they have a team and you don't, it's going to be very hard for you to win. I have seen people solo teams. I have seen people win 2v1s. I've seen people win 1v3s. I've won a 1v3 myself. So it's not impossible. I heard another person discuss the issue with the guns problem. I don't really think there's a problem with the guns. I feel like the guns feel very Apex Legend. There is distance to the shooting, and considering how far you're shooting sometimes, there is bullet travel time, which you have to account for, which makes it seem more interesting when you're shooting. Now, again, this is Apex adjacent, but it is not Apex exactly. It doesn't feel exactly like Apex to me. I haven't played Apex in a very long time, but I think it is important to address that elephant in the room when talking about HighGuard, because Apex shadow dropped and was a banger. Everybody loved it. This game tried to shadow drop, and I feel like Jeff Keighley just spoiled it for him. If they shadow dropped the way that they shadow drop Apex Legends, it would have been smooth sailing. I think this game would have had way better reviews and a lot more positive, reviews on Steam. But I think the big issue nowadays that most games are facing are optimization. If you go to the reviews in Steam or even anywhere, people are talking about the optimization issues for this game and how they hate hero shooters. Well, if you hate hero shooters, you shouldn't play it. And if there's optimization issues, that's definitely the developer's fault, and that's going to lead to issues. Well, it could be the publisher, whole bunch of stuff, whatever. It could lead to reputational damage. It's a reputational risk that you're dealing with there when you release a game that's not going to work on all platforms. And honestly, I think there should be a budget in developers or in production where let's just build every caliber of PC and play the game on it. Is that so hard to do? I don't really understand it. As I am a developer, I'm not a game developer. I don't understand why they can't test it. Anywho, let's talk about the characters. Aside from the absolute worst dialogue I've ever heard in a video game, the characters are cool. I like the way that they play. I like the way they look. They got a rip off Johnny Cage. They do have all the mechanics of other hero shooters, because when you think about it, hero shooters have kind of coined these character tropes and coined these abilities that work really well, right? So there's this guy, Slade. Slade basically is a couple fire units merged together, so he's got the abilities of Phoenix from Valorant, and he's got the fire rain that other fire units have had in other games. He's a cool character. I enjoy it, but he has the personality of Johnny Cage. I just hate that personality personally. I never really liked Johnny Cage. I just hate it. Atticus. Atticus is a character. I almost called him Atreus. Atticus, super dope. I think he's probably my favorite character to play. My friend says I look like Atticus. Disagree. Pretty sure he's just being racist. But Atticus is dope because he has the lightning rods that you throw and they just deal AoE. And they're not OP. You can shoot them and break them, but people just don't. Especially when you're trying to hold down a position, it's really nice to have those around a corner because it flashes. It does damage to them. It does it disorients. It disorients on top of dealing damage, which is really great. I like it a lot. You can also kind of force people to choke into one direction when you're using the lightning rods. I'm not trying to give you a tutorial. I'm just telling you what I enjoy about the game. They have Jet. A girl can turn the wall into sand and walk right through it. She makes, turns and has the daggers. It's great. They got Bangalore, basically. They have a bunch of characters that have been inspired by other characters, and that's kind of okay. I don't think that's bad. I think that's fine. I think it's actually pretty nice when I have like, oh, I know how this ice wall works. I've played Sage before. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of mechanics are cool for me. But the dialogue is definitely something to be discussed. Every time a character talks, they say something that makes me literally make a face. I'm literally raising my eyebrows like, I don't care, bro. Please tell me about the world. Give me some lore. Why are we fighting again? Don't care at all about the characters' relationships with each other. Like, it is awful. I will say the game does feel balanced. When looking at the guns, I never feel like these guns are better than that gun. I do find it like the marksman weapons, i.e. like the hand cannon and the sniper, typically are better just because of the ability to deal a large amount of damage in succession. There's no way for you to like manually heal yourself, so you have to like hide and heal. You can't like shield up, which I think is another interesting aspect to this game. You have to actually move and go into cover, which sometimes can be tricky when a game doesn't have just a bunch of cover everywhere. So I think that that's another good aspect. Personally, good. Not personally bad, personally good. It makes it so you have to play a little bit smarter. Also makes it so that you can't crack somebody and then they hit the corner, then they're instantly shielded up again. I do like the ability to just like chase people down and like actually kill them in the game. Oh, yeah, and shotgun's really strong, too. I think there's literally only one shotgun in the game right now. Very good. Very good. I don't know if they plan on adding more weapons or characters first or maps first or game modes first or whatever they plan to do with it, but I definitely see a lot of potential in this game. Giving us a free battle pass off rip gives us reason to play, gives us reason to be interested, and the monetization model I don't think is super duper predatory. Everyone always is like, why does the game have so many skins you can buy off rip? Because they need funding. It's a free game. That's how they get funding. If you enjoy the game, buy a skin. If you don't want to buy a skin, you still enjoy the game, play the game. You don't have to do anything. Understanding that companies need money to keep making games is so important, and I hate that nowadays whenever people are trying to support their game with, cosmetic monetization, which is the least predatory monetization model to ever exist, it's fine. And it's not even like there's ads in the game. I don't even know how to get to the shop. I went to the place where it was like, okay, this is the battle passes because you get a free one. Cool. There's not even a premium one to buy right now. The game is generally trying to make it so you can just enjoy it. Genuinely just trying to make it so you have fun, I think. And I do have fun. Me and my friends are enjoying the game. Do I think it's going to be a perfect game forever? No. Can I see it having a competitive scene one day? Possibly. If they expand on the game modes and weapons, I definitely could see this going somewhere. And I do think that it is innovative. I think it's good. And I think a free innovative game should be received a little bit more. There should be more focus on what the game brings to the industry and not the negative things that it does like every other game. Every other game has launch issues. It's not an excuse, it's just a reality of gaming in 2026. Every game launches with bugs for the most part. So we shouldn't look at it that way. Tyrese from the editing room, I will say, just because a game launches with bugs doesn't mean is it excused from review bombing. I think if a game launches with so many bugs and it's crashing the game, yeah, review bomb it. Go ahead. I think that is a justifiable reason to review bomb a game. But when they fix it, if they fix it, we have to unreview. We have to review repair. We have to review revive the game. Like, we can't just review bomb it for a problem that no longer persists. So on launch, game review, go ahead. Go ahead and review it honestly. If it's crashing, crash the review. Alternatively, be honest. Back to the video. Every game that's free has a monetization model of some kind. That's just how it's going to be. When a game crashes on launch, that sucks. I absolutely agree. But we should think about the positive things this is bringing to gaming and how it's innovating. It's not innovating in any crazy way, but I definitely think it's fun, the type of game mode that it has. Another game mode, just for an anecdote for you guys that have made it this far in the video, that I thought of was a race. Like, you guys race to these checkpoints, take over the thing, race to another checkpoint. You can shoot each other along the way. That would be pretty fun because the mounts is kind of one of my favorite parts of the game. So, anywho, I had a lot to say about this. I think it's going to be super cool long term if it has potential long term. Whenever a game like this comes out, I always think about Spellbreak. Spellbreak was awesome. Spellbreak was very creative and innovative, and I really love that game. But it didn't have enough support because the monetization wasn't working because people weren't supporting the game. And unfortunately, that's just what happens with free-to-play games. They have EOS, and we have to deal with that. But until this game has EOS, I'm going to try and enjoy it. But I think that's just because I'm an optimist. And if you don't enjoy the game, that's fine. Let me know in the comments why you don't like it. Let me know in the comments why you do like it. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like me, subscribe. But until next time, I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.